Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Country Boy T, and the subject I want to talk about today is how on earth discipline, how does discipline equals child abuse? Now, I know some people grew up, they don't want to discipline their child, they don't want to spank on the belt, fly swatter, but growing up, I grew up with the belt. Now, if y'all don't know, yeah, I grew up with my mom and my grandparents, and every time I got in trouble from school, it's always the belt. Now, hold it there. Before anyone says you got whooped by a belt at age of 3. No, let me tell y'all something. I got my ass whooped by a belt at the age of 7. The very first time I felt a belt, I didn't even want to feel it again until 6th grade. I would say about 15 to 20 days that I was going to school. I was suspended. I was suspended for fighting, uh, cursing out teachers. I fucking hated everyone. I'll just put it out like that, except for my best friend Brittany. And you know, I had a couple friends. They were like, "Hey, you gotta relax," blah blah blah. Basically, horse playing. But I just want to know, when did it become child abuse when you go home and if you got a referral, especially, I didn't get an ass whooping for ISS, but OSS is like the beyond consequence. Like, my biggest fear was when my grandfather find out about it. I already knew it was coming. And when it happened, I got told, bend down, britches down, get my ass whooped. And I will never forget that day. He made me wrote 500 sentence saying I will never do it again. And that was back in 8th grade. But the thing is, my fiance, she doesn't believe in discipline. And me, I believe in discipline. And if my child gets out of line in school, and if my child gets suspended for a whole week, they are going to be disciplined. Discipline is going to happen. Am I going to spank my child? Yes. Because do I think spanking your child is a good thing? It is. It teaches them right from wrong. Yeah. Growing up, I hated ass whoopings. I really did. I hated so much. But then here I am today as an adult. It actually gives you a lesson to, hey, don't do that again. We don't want you growing up to the point you're in prison for the rest of your life, or you're out in the streets being a dope boy. That's what basically my grandparents and my mom was teaching me. But as a kid, you're just too blind to see that. And yeah, there was a story of a woman who went to an elementary school, spanked her kids in front of parents, and she spanked him because he was horseplaying, which is understandable. But at the same time, do it home, not in public. I mean, shit. Probably half of my friends know how we grow up was we get our ass whooped home and public. Were any cops involved? No. There were no cops involved when I grew up. And say if I act out in front of my mom, you know how the moms be. Alright, you better straighten up, bro, so I'll give you something to straighten your ass up. That's how I grew up. Grow up in that environment. That discipline is the key of making your child better. It really is. Now, the slapping, punching discipline, no. Hell no. I grew up getting whooped by the belt and the fly swatter. That was it. There were no wooden spanking pads or anything like that. I'd rather take a fly swatter than a belt while I was growing up. I was like, bruh, I do not want to get whooped by this belt. But there are times, to fight the pain. I know some of us did it. I put on gym pants underneath my khaki pants because there were times he told us not to pull down our pants, and man, he whooped my ass. I pretend cry, go in the room, start laughing. And yeah, it's just at the end of the day, some parents they be like, why'd you do that to your child? That's child abuse. But at the same time, some of us grew up that way to prevent us from becoming criminals in the future. That's the key of why parents use belts, why parents use fly swatters. Now, 90s babies, if y'all got whooped by the electric cord, I pray for you. I would never. Hell no. But that's it for today. And always remember, an ass whooping is not child abuse. It's just how they grew up. Like nowadays, you can't whoop a child or else cops will be involved and you get your child taken away. But that's it for today. And as always, like, subscribe, comment. This your boy Country Boy T. Everyone have a blessed day. Deuces.